All right, ma'am, then I shall start. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening on the evening of 6th of September at 6 p.m. in this wonderful training. This is basically for the purpose of empowering you people, just only for one purpose, that you can understand what is. First, let me know about how many of you people know about the 21st century learning skills. Do you have any idea? If you have got any idea, you just write in the chat box me. Because for 21st century learning skills, the 4 C's there are. The first component is 4 C's. That is critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. अब बात यह है कि we may belong to different cultures, we may belong to different communities, different regions, but these skills are essential skills that are required for 21st century learning. And those 21st century learning, they depend upon social and emotional skills. Because that is as new to the 21st century as the ancient Greece. हम लोग ग्रीस को जितना जानते हैं उतना ही इस 21st century इसमें social and emotional skills को जानते हैं. And that is why we must understand what the importance of social and emotional. This session will not be more than 20 to 25 minutes. Now, first is who all can benefit. थोड़ा सा ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक्स होगा कहीं तो उसको ओवरलुक कर दीजिएगा. फर्स्ट इज योर ओन किड्स. ये ट्रेनिंग आपको इसीलिए दी जा रही है सो दैट यू क्रिएट a new generation of learners who can mingle with each other, collaborate with each other, communicate with each other, and then moreover the thing is that he creates something new, exchange their ideas. पहले अपने बच्चों के ऊपर इसको एक्सपेरिमेंट कीजिए. And whatever the age they are, when you establish a safe and secured academic environment in the school, that is socio-economic space for the students, then you provide them the opportunity to acquire essential skills, social skills that are most important to guide them into responsible decision making. इसके benefits क्या होते हैं वो भी मैं आज ही बताऊंगा आपको. पर कैसे होंगे we will do it in the next session. How we will discuss later on. But then what are the essential things that they will learn to create in this environment when they learn the social and emotional learning skills. If they develop the social and emotional learning skills, they will get a secure environment for learning, because learning can never take place in, I'm not 100% that never, but it is rare. You provide them with the opportunity to acquire essential new social skills that will guide them into responsible decision making. And then it creates more harmonious and productive school constructivism, school environment. So happy and healthy students, if they are, then certainly it will be more and more fruitful for them for not only the school life, their workplace also, and their social space also. If they move into, let me give you an example that this morning 5:30 my brother-in-law moved to Canada, but his wife was very apprehensive of how we will adjust in that environment. But her husband was very much confident because how it creates, if you change the school, if you change the company, if you change your workplace, how will you be adjusting yourself with that environment? So, giving them these skills, your students will perform far better, not only academic, in the workspace also. That is required for disciplinary action or intervention. कोई disciplinary action नहीं, कोई disciplinary intervention will not be required, not at all, at any stage of their life. Then second is families. मैंने कहा था इसको second रखा है. First, it should be the family, because the children and adults, they both are benefited from the positive familial relationship. If there is a good relationship existing between the parents, their kids, their grandchildren, then it will be the healthy environment, the family environment, where there will be more frequent conversation between or communication between two generations, three generations. They will be very confidently sharing their problems with each other. Because these days we have seen, मैं आपको बताऊंगा लर्निंग पहले कैसे होती थी, 60s में कैसे होती थी, 80s में कैसे होती थी, 2000 में कैसे होती है और अब कैसे होती है. So social and emotional learning is specifically tailored to improve emotional skills in these relationships, can help support parents in developing new or close bond between with their children, a positive relationship. And if there is a positive relationship between the parents and the kids, then certainly there will be frequent communication, uninterrupted communication, and the kids will not hesitate to discuss their personal problems even with their parents, who can then intervene to give them a rightful solution and give them also the directions as to how you achieve this particular relation. Then communities. You see, communities may, there are total difference between the language, religion, caste, creed, color, and communities. A number of differences are there. But if you have these skills, social and emotional skills in yourself, then you can communicate with each other, respect each other, whether you, what I call, okay, whether you understand their problem, understand their feelings, understand their ideas or not. But these skills, if they are developed, and they will not be developed, they cannot be taught as a different subject. They have to be they have to be developed while teaching subjects. And that is why we say that these are the skills that the subject teachers, they are now emphasizing more on integrating arts in their subject teaching. Gamification, so that they share, they understand and respect the diverse backgrounds and perspectives of other people, which are essential to social and emotional learning. So instead of dividing communities by difference, SEL approach is centralized around empathy. And basically, I tell you, empathy is the core value which is required for developing social and emotional skills. And empathy is nothing but, in the simple words, putting yourself in other shoes. Try to understand their ideas, understand their background, understand their views, respect them. You may not uh, you may not conform to their ideas, but you will be certainly benefited if you have empathy in them. So, in social groups of all kinds, everybody will be benefited if we teach them right now. We train them. Like, say for example, मम्मी मेरे को फटाफट रोटी बना दो, डिनर बना दो, breakfast बना दो. Try to engage them in your kitchen work on a holiday. Come, I can give you your breakfast within 10 minutes. Over here, I am giving you 1 hour to prepare the breakfast for me. Only one person. I prepare breakfast for whole family in 10 minutes. So that gives them your pain, your labor, your efforts you are putting in for doing some task. And that is empathy. In the traditional school, also, this is very much successful in supporting students. But they can, and they are benefited by this. So it will communities. Now these are the main SEL areas. मैं पांचों को डिस्कस करूंगा and that will be today's presentation. Self-awareness, social and emotional skills. If you train your kids or students to have these 5 things, 5 areas, they will be benefited in all areas of their life. The first is self-awareness. And if they know this, then they go beyond that, self-management. Who am I? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How do I enhance my strengths? How do I overcome my weaknesses? That is self-management. And then self-awareness. Who am I? If I ask you who you are, that is something totally different from self-awareness. Who am I? I am a student. I am a learning kid. I am a working woman. I am a single mother. So on and so forth. Fourth one is relationship skills. Of course, they will improve if I understand your pains. Certainly, I will be empathizing with you. Whatsoever you are putting in for the benefit of the communities, I will understand that. And finally, if these 4 are improved, then responsible decision making. That means prioritizing. The first one comes as self-awareness. That is the cornerstone of socio-emotional learning. It allows students to access a greater understanding of how positive actions lead to improved self-image. If you are truthful, you speak truth, but your actions are just opposite to that. We say, for example, don't take it otherwise, honesty is the best policy. Everybody knows. But how much we are honest to ourselves? I tell you one thing, in the last month of July, not August, July, I was bedridden for 23 days. And there were certain people, there were certain comments. Of course, only 2, 3, or 4. Because probably they were lagging this SEL awareness nahi thi. Sir, you have been postponing. Arey bhai, I am not a superwoman. I am also a human being. I have also got a human life. I have also got relations. Then there are certain things in my life which I cannot overcome, like my health, like circumstances. मुझे आज भी नहीं आना था. I would not have taken today's session because my sister-in-law and her husband, they were to fly to Canada. So I would have been to airport. But I came back last evening because this is more priority, more important priority. I can send you that picture of my family seeing them off. Everybody is there except me, my wife, and my daughter. Why? Because my task, my work is more important than anything else. Why? They are going today. They will come after 3 years. We will keep on communicating through Zoom. Then, and then on the airport, while seeing them off, somebody is crying, somebody is smiling, somebody is laughing. There are different emotions. But how to react in a particular situation, you can develop this only if you have got social and emotional skills. There is no point in crying, in seeing anybody off with tears in your eyes. What for tears for what? कुछ तो लोग ऐसे भी हैं जो बोलते हैं कि when I die, you don't cry. Don't cry when I die. Because that will be only a sort of public exhibition of your emotions. Nobody will understand, nobody will empathize with you. And there is no fun in crying. Why? After 13 days, anybody, everybody will forget. After 6 months, whenever there is some point, at some point of time, there is some discussion about me, Ajay Sharma. From Ghaziabad. Oh, yes, I know him. मरने के बाद, you are the best person on the globe or in the universe rather. But when you are alive, you will get every type of comment. So if I would have postponed today's meeting, then again same reaction would have been there. So there is no fun in making joke of anybody. If I get criticism in my face, I should not get angry. I should take it positively. Why out of 100, 99 were satisfied with my presentation, but one person was not. What was lacking? I would write it. Well, tell me where I was lagging. No, sir, leave it. No, 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 you tell me. Because there is habit in certain persons, certain people's personality that they will never appreciate you. Forget about it. And forget about those also who appreciate you. बच्चों को भी हम करते हैं. Don't appreciate. Why? मेरा एक स्पेशल सेशन आएगा पेरेंटिंग में. That will be starting from 13th. There will be 4 modules. Graceful parenting to save time and life. Save time and make life. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं उसमें. 4 modules are. This is most important in that. The next one is self-management. If the small kids, the children, and even the young adults, मेरा दिसंबर में भी एक स्पेशल मॉड्यूल आएगा टीनेज ब्लूज. टीनेज ब्लूज भी है. There is something very much out of the world. Everybody is looking at our teenage, our adolescents, teenagers, what we call Generation Z. And on the spot, we start criticizing them. Arey, he is very indisciplined. Arey, he is very rude. But where from he got these? The first कल टीचर्स डे था. Generally, I don't give any wishes to teachers. Happy Teachers Day. Everybody will say Happy Teachers Day. But who tries to make a teacher happy? How much you support a teacher to make him happy or her happy? Nobody, not at all. Every time everybody is criticizing, starting from students, then parents, then principals, then managements. Principals under pressure. Management always, without any reason, every time. If you are smartly dressed, अरे मैडम तो बड़ा बन ठन के आती है. What is this here? If a male teacher is walking stubborn or sternly, ये तो बड़ा अकड़ू है. Criticism भी आएगा, appreciation भी आएगा. The choice is yours. If you go by the word of the world, the people, the society, then you are gone. You go by the word of your own heart, on your own mind. And for that, there are three things. First is intrinsic motivation. Decide upon three things. First is intrinsic motivation, whether I am true, whether this will be beneficial for others, what I am doing. If yes, let us go. Honesty is the best policy. Everywhere. Everywhere. But how many of us are honest to ourselves? That is self-management. Then second is emotion management. What type of emotion should be exhibited at what time? Under what circumstances? What are the environmental things existing? Environment means circumstances. Environment means circumstances. How do I react? And is there any way to be present in a particular circumstance without reacting? There has been a comedian or comic poet. मेरे को नाम ध्यान नहीं आ रहा है. If it comes to my mind, I will let you know. Whenever he says some poem, it will be very funny and the listeners will be laughing every time. But if you look at his face, his eyes are very big and no smiling feature on his face. He will not laugh with you, but he will give you the material to laugh. Then third is self-management. The third most important pillar is setting personal goals. जब हम करेंगे next session, over there the self-setting personal goals will be very much important. And what is setting personal goals? Setting personal goals means कि what should I do under what circumstances? How do I react to particular situation? Whether it is today I'm a teacher, where I would like to see myself after 3 years, after 5 years, after 10 years. Look back. That is called a reflection. Look back doesn't mean that you stop. You reflect where I was yesterday. Promise to yourself on a daily basis, I will grow. I have to grow. I have to learn something new to achieve my goal. What is my final goal? And then after that, you start taking action. So, unless and until you decide about this, then only you will be able to do. Now, the next one is social awareness. It centers about how you treat the rule of treating others as you would like to be treated. Social awareness. बच्चे मेरे को सवेरे गुड मॉर्निंग नहीं कहते when I go to the class. Have you ever reflected why? You start doing yourself. Go to your class with a smile on your face and speaking to everybody. Good morning, kids. Good morning, students. How are you? Mohit, what you had in your breakfast? Dada, you are looking smart today. Give some cracking jokes. Oh, there is a good smell from your clothes. Perfect dew on your clothes. This is the golden rule. And the golden rule is treat others as you would like to be treated. Then only you can go further. Otherwise, you keep on scolding your kids in front of the class. Next time they see you in the corridor, they will shake, they will bend their head as if they have never seen, or they will show themselves to be as if they are unaware. Right? So, social and emotional learning encourages social awareness on both the fronts, individual level as well as on the broader scope with regards to diverse perspectives. जो हमने first में बोला था, that is empathy. We will learn about everything, how it is done, and how you can imbibe these qualities in your kids first, then your students, and then see the wonders. The last one is how to teach SEL skills. ये last है हमारा. It is widely considered that teaching social and emotional skills from as early age as possible help children to develop these skills. Yes. Because if we teach the bacha, a kid of 3 years, 4 years, beta, you are looking smart today, so he will be happy. And at some point of time, he might ask you, what do you feel good in me? Papa, Mama, what do you feel good in me today? You should be prepared why you are appreciating a child. Whether your kid, whether you're a student. And if this is done, then certainly it will help them, the children, the kids, to throughout their adolescence and adulthood also. This is referred to as the feeder effect. जो मैंने अभी आपको बोला नेक्स्ट मॉड्यूल मेरा 13 से शुरू होता है, उसमें है मेरा एक there is a specific module called discipline without yelling, scolding and shouting. Yes, you can discipline. This is feeder effect. But this will lead to teachers being able to recognize which students have been provided access to SEL, and which ones have not. So how to teach these skills? We will do next. I will stop sharing now, because how to teach skills we will do in the next session. I'll stop sharing, and if you have got any problems, you can open up your mic and just let me know your doubts. Just open up. Yes, if anybody is there, I'll be rather happy to answer their problems. There are a number of people, but I don't know whether they are all present in the session or not, because not a single face I can see. Hanji, Hina Mudgal, you are there. Yes, बोलिए. If anybody has got any problem, any doubt, let me know.
Sir, it's not a problem. I just wanted to ask a question, which you said कि collaboration और creativity ये दोनों critical thinking के important elements होते हैं. तो सर creativity के साथ collaborate करना इनके easy steps क्या होते हैं? Like if I'm having
Madam,
if I like I'm a science teacher, yes sir.
This is basically, I told you, 21st century के 4 C's होते हैं. Without collaboration, you cannot create. And that is why most of the times, in any subject, wherever it is, in a school job, you can see, if there is annual function, do you think so principal alone can do anything? Similarly, in science teaching, maths teaching, social science teaching, language teaching, anything under the sky, you have to teach them how to collaborate. Collaborate to create. And to create is critical thinking. Critical thinking should not be taken as critical. Criticize नहीं करना है किसी को.
Sir, critical thinking is analytical type of.
Analytical type of. That is the exact word. लेकिन हम लोग उसको क्लासिफिकेशन पर्पस से ऐसे कर दिया उसको 4 C's. क्या हो गया? My video is gone again.
Yeah, your video is not available.
Yeah, मैम यही प्रॉब्लम है आज. देखेंगे कल बुलाएंगे टेक्नीशियन को.
Anyway, but you are heard, so you can talk.
Yeah, recording तो चल रही है.
Yes.
So Energy, could you get my point? It
Yes
is?
sir, yes sir. Thank you so much. Yes
My
sir.
pleasure, please, my pleasure. Anybody else who would like to speak and say something? Abhi 21st century ki energy, I have got only 2 sessions. First one was in November 22. The another one was in July 23. And most probably after 2-3 months, if there is demand, then again I may conduct. Again I may conduct more.
Okay sir.
Yeah. I request everybody to remain at least in one of the groups so that you get information about my future webinars. If you are interested, you will get the link. Sometimes if you get a link from your friend, thank you. If you get the link from your friend, you better ask the person to give my number so that I can add you in my general group. There is one group, Victorians, with 178 members over there. Those who have attended any of my webinars, they have left that group and remained in one of the paid groups. So every time you will be keeping on all the information at your hand. Got my point? This is the problem. Fluctuation in electricity. Chale, if there is anybody who would like to ask, then certainly, Mandarasi, thank you. And I stop sharing to stop kar diya. I will end the meeting now, madam, if you permit
Yes, you
me.
can.
Yeah.
You can.
And tomorrow morning, I will tell you the next meeting and share with you the recording in the paid group.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Sure.
And because most of the times I have seen, if I send it via mail, so that will be difficult because I get hundreds and hundreds. One person only requesting access 5 times, 10 times. Of course, once if it is given, it will reach me. But they don't understand this technical thing. So that is why recording will be sent in the group tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And tomorrow morning itself, I will see the response of the participants today in the chat about fasting and next session. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have a nice Janmashtami because, and then I will inform you tomorrow morning accordingly. By sharing this recording, I will inform. Okay, right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, everyone.
Have a good dinner and nice sleep. And happy Janmashtami.